I'm ready, baby.
Oh, we're ready. Okay, well, let's go ahead and start up our computer here. Okay, I gotta do this on Windows XP. 1 sec. All right, cool.
Dun 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 dun.
Oh, damn it, go! Why did you shut it down, dude?
I just love using that sound effect for when people get knocked out or killed.
Yeah, we're live right now, but just
No, we're not.
yeah, we are.
Oh.
I'm dead serious. Anyway, yeah, I wasn't gonna try. What about this one? What's this again? I forgot about that. I gotta keep that one fresh.
Price is right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, oh no, you did not shoot that green shit at me.
Oh no, you did not shoot that green shit at me.
I don't know why. Every time I see a green shot, I guess I must have put that in there. And then, of course, the not like this from The Matrix.
Not like this. Not like this.
That poor woman.
The horror.
Yeah, she had a horrible end there. Oh, and then the Howie scream.
I love that one. That's one of my favorites.
Hello.
That is one of my favorites. I love the Howie scream.
Okay, well, start us out here.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special live episode of the BPL podcast. The BPL podcast, the only podcast that has BPL in it that is not a library that I'm aware of. Please don't correct me. By the way, the BPL podcast is also out there, the Berkeley Public Library podcast. Please don't hate on them. They're just doing their jobs. However, as I am a qualified librarian, I can say we're the superior BPL podcast because more people click this one.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep,
So
yes, right.
Joining me on the BPL podcast, to my left is everyone's favorite Brazilian American who has absolutely no Germans in his recent family history who arrived there via U-boat, Mr. Goat.
Hello. Oh, I mean, not family, but I remember very fondly my elderly neighbor, Mr. Hilter.
What a man. What a kind soul. And
He liked dogs. He was a vegetarian.
oh, wow. Really peaceful
Beautiful
guy.
paintings.
Yeah. Beautiful paintings. Yelled a lot, though. Kind of ranty.
Yeah. I think he was a little deaf.
Yeah. Did he have sciatica? Did his arm twitch in a certain direction?
Sciatica.
Yeah, and he only had one testicle.
Cool. So, to the left is the inspiration for a new generation of Star Trek aficionados. The man who can DM anything from the 2 games I've been in to the many more yet to come.
Yes.
Mr. Mike, the master of disaster, the MC of the Black Pants Legion, the Jamie of this podcast. Good evening.
Hello. And I'll say this. That's right, Paramount. I can write a better Star Trek than you can. I have a better Star Trek. Actually, I think even what's his name?
You've pitched like 4 Star Treks in the podcast so far, and they've all been like baller. I mean,
I also think Seth MacFarlane can do it, and then Mike Stoklasa from Red Letter Media. Just get any of us. We'll handle it.
Get people.
Don't get all 3 of us though, because then
Yeah.
there's going to be a fight, and I'm going to lose because I'm tiny.
It's all right. I give
Anyway.
you a gun. So, so this is a very special episode of the Black Pants Legion.
You want to call it the Latvian Legion podcast?
No, I almost said Lack Pants Legion,
Oh,
like we
lacking.
lack pants, which I do currently. So, we get occasionally lots and lots of emails and messages, and I keep telling people to go to the Anchor FM site, and on the Anchor FM site to, leave a voicemail, and people still occasionally write these very lengthy emails, and so I've collected these for the past few months and ignored them for the most part, trying to steer people toward Anchor FM. They keep writing, so I decided, why don't we answer these live?
Because that encourages them.
Well, no, I'm going to say this is the absolute last time I'm going to do
For
it.
real this time.
For reals.
For real.
For reals.
Totally.
100%. And here's the other thing too. Oh, hey, look, there's a courtesy. Look, why is it in the corner? That's weird.
Yeah, so here's the weird thing is anyone listening on
Fragility.
the BPL podcast is going to hear this shitter flushing every so often.
That's just the sound of people hitting the.
That's the courtesy flush sound.
We're live. That's right.
Yeah, so
we're
you need
on
to
the courtesy flush.
Yeah, you need to go check the courtesy flush out if you want to know what that toilet's about and everything else.
If you like point-and-click games and text playing Max Payne 3 very poorly, then
if you want to watch people start screaming at a screen or play some old point and click and get
or
aggravated.
even better, Texas Scrambles part is like the best. Like it scrambles for
punch.
Fallout 1.
Scrambles Fallout was great, and Goat, you know what? Next up, you're gonna have to play Fallout 2.
Son of Scrombles.
Son of Scrombles.
Yeah, so you have Scrombles telling his son how to like
me tell how solve problem. Me big brain.
So on top of that, we're also so here's the thing. I threw that on the floor. We have like two problems with the podcast. So I can only really edit these to get them ready for like Friday morning. On Thursday, I do it at my job, sitting at a desk, and I'm just cutting, editing, whatever. But here's the other thing: is like we were like, well, we still have to record a podcast this week because we're terrible at working, and we don't have time for anything anymore.
Yeah,
so
we typically do way too much because Mike and I will just sit there and we'll go, oh my God, I didn't sleep last night because we were up late working on blah blah blah, and then it'll come along like 2 days later. So and so wants help with this project, and I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah, I know.
And then that's what we do.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Pretty much. So
Yeah.
we essentially we were like, I was talking to him today, and no, it was this morning, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn. Well, like I said I wanted to do an MRE stream, but if I do that, then I'm like, we won't have time for podcasts because I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna fall fucking asleep right after this. Fucking I'm probably gonna leave this shit out here because normally when we're done with this, we normally break all this down.
Yeah, Mike's gonna literally collapse and go into a coma.
I am very tired.
So we're doing an MRE stream while we answer questions.
Mm-hmm.
The dinner for this evening was provided by one of the Black Pants Legionnaires.
Yes, that's right. Eurobeat Bandit.
Eurobeat Bandit of Poland, a man who is a gun aficionado and a cool dude with superb taste in firearms and music.
Yeah.
So he has sent us a MRE, a meal ready to eat, from what interesting country?
Latvia, actually.
Latvia.
That's right.
The land of plenty.
So
Hold on. First thing. No, don't laugh. Hold on. Everyone put on your serious face. We are Americans. We know almost nothing about the Latvias in the stands. We couldn't find them on a map. So
they exist as far as I'm
They
concerned.
exist, right?
Somewhere.
Right.
That's where Stalker took place, right?
No. So that's Ukraine. But
Okay.
what we need to do is let's come up with a tourism campaign to help Latvia. Okay, the little country. Let's help Latvia out. Let's sell Latvia with a one-sentence tourism campaign. Latvia, and then underneath it something. And they can have this. We're just giving them the rights to it. We're helping out little Latvia.
It's cheap.
Wow. All right. That's a strong start.
I think if you're going to do a tourism of Latvia, what you got to do is basically sell it like you could go to France and show Paris and all that, and then you show the
can't
price.
afford that.
You show the prices for like flights and like the tourism and eating the food, and then you go to then you do Latvia, then you do like the like local music, and it's like really hopping, and everyone's just like, that was $5.
Yeah, no.
U.S.
No,
like you just do shit like that.
You laugh.
I'm sure it's probably more than that, but
I mean, you laugh, but I've seen tourism ads where it's like they show these like beautiful countryside vistas and beaches and shit, and it's like, yeah, that's Croatia. That was Bosnia.
Well, here's what I want. Here's what I would do for Latvia. And I know this would attract people. Slavaboos welcome.
Slavaboos are welcome.
Yeah, because think about all these guys live doing airsoft and milsim shit.
Yeah.
I would say as Latvia, I would rent out the whole country. I'd be like, oh, you want to play fake Soviet Union invasion? Here's a real former Soviet. Oh, God. Okay. Yeah, that's the other sound you will hear, and that's people donating on.
They did
Mike's
a penny.
Twitch. A penny.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't care about it. So that's why they're like, you can't really make anything with the pen. I'm like, fuck it, I don't give a shit. I don't want this. Like it's all going to fucking Jeff Bezos or whatever.
Right.
In his
because
super space rocket because he's totally not Lex Luthor.
I mean, I signed the petition to make sure he didn't come back, but
Yeah, you're like,
to be fair,
you're like North Korea. This is your time.
Right.
The missiles you've been talking about. Here's the coordinates.
But
if you've got the balls.
Well, here's the thing. I signed the petition for him to not come back. But in all seriousness, I also signed the petition for him to buy and eat the Mona Lisa. So
he could probably do that.
Yeah,
he would do it with
it'd be like that movie.
Sauce and shit.
It'd be like that movie Red Dragon, where he knocks the lady out and he's like eating it, and he's like, "Do you see?"
He's gonna. You know what's gonna happen is eventually I'm gonna get Jeff Bezos out here on the couch, and we're all going to have to pretend like we didn't say all that mean shit because we know he could make us disappear mid-podcast and nobody could stop him.
Yeah, no, and
That's the power of his, like,
dude,
wealth.
he could clamp his hands, and you would be surrounded by Amazon drones that would pick you up and carry you away like butterflies in that meme.
And
they
they
would
just
surround you and carry you away, and then they'd all fly
Yeah.
away, and you'd hit the freeway.
You just drop.
know? Yeah, so it'd
They
be
take
like,
you up so high that by the end of the podcast, when he walks out the door, that's when you hit the ground.
Yeah,
He's like, I like it dramatic.
yeah, and he was like, delivery confirmed.
Need you to sign here, sir.
So
Yeah.
but Latvia, I would say what they should do is they should rent out whole parts of the country to these Milsum guys and just tell the cops and the local military to just shoot blanks at them. It's okay. Because, they paid for the license to get treated as foreign combatants and, use it to train your military.
I know Montenegro, I think, has a shit ton of bunkers left over.
It says, come to Latvia. We're not Russia.
I like Latvia. Pay $5 to ride in a T-54.
Latvia, come for the cheap costs. Leave with more Soviet surplus gear than you can carry.
I like the idea of like
Let's go to
Latvia.
Latvia.
Let's drive a T-55 to McDonald's.
Welcome to Latvia. All the strippers carry knives.
McDonald's would be more expensive than the
Latvia.
tank fuel.
Come visit the Russian-owned Baltic Sea.
Oh,
Well, it's Kaliningrad.
yeah. And it's many
Latvia,
nukes.
actually Knife Fight City.
Actually, Knife Fight City.
That's where we filmed it. That's good. Latvia, better water than Flint.
Latvia, from USSR vassal state to EU vassal state.
Nice.
Fallout 2, we'll do that when we get to it. Knife Fight Strippers.
Knife fight strippers.
Hi.
All right, so let's ask some questions.
Well, let's get into the.
Oh yeah, sorry.
We have
let's
a-
get this
so-
out onto a trend.
So everybody who's listening right now who probably
Right.
didn't watch this
you have
live.
to describe it with your words.
So what I'm holding in my hand is this olive green package that just says Sausasis Maisto Davinis. It also says Veritas NR4, which is a number in our numerical language that we speak. This also says Sudatus Kroskinka. Kroskinta. Kialina, which is Latvian for food that you're going to consume, or probably
Esperanto, everyone. Esperanto.
This also says Su Cruopomus Padaze 240G 1 VNT. I don't even know what the VNT is. I'm sure it's numbers.
Venti.
It's
It contains a whole Starbucks.
It's I was just about to say, like in Latvia, they don't have Starbucks like on every corner like we do. They just have Adidas everywhere. Adidas.
What if you tore that open right now? What if you tore that open and inside it were two items? One, a carton of cigarettes, and two, a can
Potato.
of beans.
Oh, I was gonna say a carton of cigarettes and a Makarov. Like
And a note, acquire food.
acquire food hunt. It just says hunt. So I'm
my
gonna
God.
lower the camera down so you guys can see it as I open it up.
He's just going to put it on my feet.
Yeah, well, that's totally what I was.
Watch
gonna
the
do.
money come in. Ugh.
Oh yeah, that's you're
Someone
saying.
was spamming feet on chat.
It was Taylor, Taylor. That was Goat saying, "Don't spam, fuck it." Not me. You're fine. We're gonna watch you in the shower later. You're
I
fine.
disagree.
No. I'm saying, yeah, don't spam that, but don't feel like Goat hates you. Goat doesn't hate. Goat just eats.
Well, I mean, that's what goats do.
Anyway, so what I'm holding in my hand is this olive green package that has all these words on it that are in a language I don't speak. So I could translate this.
And we could be wrong about
be
this
like-
being Latvian, by the way.
Yeah, I could translate this, and it could just be something entirely different, and most likely from another country. And I feel like if you
Can
want,
you hand that to me, please?
I was gonna say, I think Steve MRE 1989 handles these better.
All right. Let me.
He does
let me
all the
look.
research. He knows all that stuff. We're just gonna open it. We're gonna just pronounce what we can.
Okay. There is a. Yeah, this is Latvia.
Yeah.
we go.
Because it's the Latvian country code. So,
Text only hands when.
fuck off.
Yeah.
What I do like, though, is it actually says it contains exactly this many calories
Yeah.
on it. So it's like I need to have 2 of these to march a day.
Yeah.
I think that's actually kind of nice to know exactly how much.
Yeah, because the calorie count's really important, and also just like energy.
No, I think that's really cool. Oh wait. Oh, cool. It has a tear top.
Which is pretty rare for these.
That's really nice.
Okay, so that's what we're gonna have. We're gonna
Okay.
eat this while we do podcast questions. But first, let's open this, describe what we got, and then we'll go right into the
we
questions.
have to categorize everything, right?
Exactly.
So let's catalog this.
Get this out onto a tray.
Let's get this onto the table.
We have to catalog this, and I'm a metadata specialist, so I'm going to use my master's degree.
Very money and time very well spent.
Thank you. This is the first time I've done it in a while.
Yes, the Mad Cat shirt that Goat is wearing is actually from Eldonius, and on his website. So go to Astray 3.
Astray
Big
3.
Cartel.
Or just Google Eldonius Rex and it'll go right there.
Yeah, Eldonius Rex Big Cartel, because that's where he buys
Yeah, his
stuff.
Big Cartel shop, yeah.
So his shirts are pretty
right.
sick. I got a couple of
So-
them. I wear
so-
them pretty much every day at this
So
point.
how easy was it to open?
That was pretty simple to open. Inside so far, what we have
That's
here,
an accessory pouch?
we have an accessory pouch.
It's just a little Ziploc.
It's a little
Can I-
Ziploc bag. So
Can I see it?
yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
No,
All right.
fuck off.
So let's describe the items in here. It is a resealable Ziploc pouch.
I got another
with the-
Ziploc pouch with more stuff in it, and looks-
That's the
Yeah, it's the
hexamine.
Oh, okay.
Heating elements.
So they separated the heating elements away.
Yeah,
That's
so it
actually
doesn't
really
stink.
nice. That's really polite.
also we can't fire those off inside, unfortunately, but
no,
we can.
we'll die of the fumes. But let me say this: so far, easy open pouch, bag sturdy but hasn't opened on its own, and they separated the hexamine out. That's really nice.
Yes.
So far, Latvia, you are a baller country. We need a better name for you. Let's see. Hold on. This is some sort of spread, and this is a chocolate because it says chocolate on it. It's named Ruta, I think, and there's some beverages in here, but I can't read enough of this to actually understand any of it. But I believe this is your just beverage and accessory pouch, general.
Excellent.
Okay, so what do we got here? We have some sort of
Okay, so this is a very small meal. I was expecting a little bit more, but it's probably for the best.
hold on. I'm gonna open these hazelnuts here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't even described any of that yet.
So
Yeah,
we've got
so
a
Texas.
little.
So one of the items was hazelnuts that Texas currently has open. He can actually have one.
I can actually have one. So let me. Motherfucker, those are fresh.
Fresh hazelnuts here. Let's have some.
like fresh hazelnuts. Holy shit. Those
So
those
first
are
thing
nice.
you opened was this fresh hazelnut coming from Klingai.
Those are nice.
Yeah. So this,
those are really good. That'd be I'd pour those out in a pocket of my web gear. I'd just have a little
let's-
pocket full of hazelnuts. That's
and
nice.
then we have our main, which is whatever's inside there in this mysterious white box that I have to open. I don't know what's in here. And then we also have these cookies or biscuits or whatever you want to call them. They're definitely some kind of cracker, but they're very dense. They also feel fresh as well. And so let's get these.
Remember that one country we had? They had black bread in there. It was like in a big greasy wax paper.
So here is the
No, try one of those
hazelnuts.
They're really
so
good.
you guys can see them.
No, they're
The
really.
spread this that says medus is honey.
Oh, all right. So here's the thing, though. So far,
those are good.
Latvia is doing pretty fucking good.
These are really good. Holy
yeah,
shit!
those are really nice.
Nice crunch.
They're
very
fresh.
Fresh fucking hazelnuts in a military ration. That's like,
This is the kind of thing you want in your pouch.
and it's not salty.
No.
So you're not like, oh, I need more water. It's.
you guys
just,
think like because in
Yeah.
most European countries, we fucking put salt on everything.
Yeah, that's a Western Hemisphere thing.
Well, except for India, according to that recipe, you did.
Yeah, we just made some curry. It was
It was too salty.
Too salty. I apologize. But yeah, no, that's why you need to test recipes, because different cultures have different taste groups, and it's one of those things where there's like hot, and then there's Thai food hot. You know what I mean?
These are solid, man. Nice fresh taste, great aftertaste. I'd like to have like this is the kind of stuff that you want to have your coffee like mixed with.
Yeah. No, I mean that's amazing. So let's open that bigger pouch and see what's in there.
Yeah, let's open the mysterious white box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Okay,
I
let's.
also should point out this is menu number 4. I think I said that in the
Latvian menu number 4.
In case
Someone,
you-
all right, guys, start decrypting. We need to decrypt what Latvian menu number
two
4
things
is.
in here.
We got the whole fucking Pentagon working on overtime on this.
This is the BPL. This is what we do.
No, I don't know if the guy who played Tobadan Shadowrun is here, but his character and his terrifying couch live on in my D&D campaign as a servant of a lich named Thanathot.
I'll tell Stagger that.
Yeah,
So
no.
he comes in this very
Stagger is his current Shadowrun character for a 5th edition game, much lower powered one, based out of Ohio, is the Green Bastard, where he's this big, strong, retard strength orc wrestler that likes to throw people out of buildings and beat the shit out of people and steal their swords.
Okay, so they actually gave us one of these, even though we have a cooking element.
So maybe the cooking elements for the tea or the beverage.
It's probably for the beverages. So in this, looks like stewed pork with groats in sauce.
groats.
Yeah.
Ha.
Nice.
Excellent.
Yep, that's what this is. I know you guys can't
Stewed
really tell on the
pork.
camera, but that's what it is. Yep.
Stewed pork.
Stewed poke with poke.
Poke?
I got that.
You from Bama?
Yeah, obviously.
Can I offer you a poke chop sandwich, y'all? Roll Tide. So look, here's what
Yeah.
we got. We got them little crackers. We got a retort. We got that stewed pork. I say,
Hey,
fill
let's put these in some hot water and have some mushy crack. No,
don't
no.
get me fucking started.
I know.
I think that poor man got addled by the COVID.
I think yes, that was a Steve who's like, you know what? Every now and then you just gotta get a little crazy, and it's like, no, Steve, I think it's the COVID. It's making you do crazy
that
shit. Who puts the crackers in water? No.
No, that was the problem.
He's like, this is so good. It's like a pudding. We're like, no, Steve, it's not.
Yeah.
Steve, we need to get a hospital. We need to get him to a hospital. Like,
No, when he was doing that, it reminded me of someone who was like trapped in an airport and just trying to eat whatever was free and make it into something palatable. I mean, it was disgusting. He took those crackers and poured water in them until they were mush, and then just forked them into his mouth and was like, it's like vanilla pudding. And I'm like,
I
no.
remember when Steve MRE did the Brazilian ration, and he took basically manioc flour, and he just mixed it into water and ate it like grits instead of mixing it into like the bean. It was like beans and sausage, and I showed that to my mom, who's Brazilian. And she was like, "Oh my God, what is this? What is he doing?" And then he eats. It's like,
I'm gonna get some
it's
water.
pretty nice. It's like you're eating like prisoner food, son.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things where I love Steve MRE 1989. I don't want to give him shit, but sometimes I watch him do stuff, and you'll see something that looks like it's made out of old feet that has been through like a food processor.
No, I mean my mom liked it, and she was like, "Oh, he approaches this with like no like preconceived notions.
ego, that's why I like Steve. So I'm going to start asking these questions. This is the last, I promise, the last of the write-in questions. So first one comes from MadCat789. Good morning, Black Pants Legion podcast. I hope you guys are having a good day wherever you are, and that you guys had something to eat this morning. Well, yeah, yes. Did everyone eat this morning?
Well, it's a Latvian MRE podcast, so I guess it's kind of an appropriate question to ask.
Fair. At the time I'm writing this, I'm talking with some fellas in the BattleTech Discord, and the conversation steered toward Frankenmechs, chiefly clan Frankenmechs. Namely, why don't we have more of them, or really any of them? I feel Frankenmechs are an underutilized concept in lore and could be fun. And then he goes on to propose some really fucked up Frankenmechs and says the possibilities are endless. So here's the thing. The reason the clans don't do Frankenmechs is the same reason the U.S. military doesn't convert all the C-130s to gunships. You need different pieces. Oh my God, that thing is like boiling already.
Yeah.
We've had so many of these retort pouches like do nothing, but this thing is like fire good. Holy shit.
Yeah, there you go.
I saw you start doing it.
I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
can see it on the stream, but
Wow.
yeah, there's like a big
Steam.
big bout of steam. Yeah, as soon as I started shaking it, it like started exploding on me. It was like a little too much. I'm so used to the garbage.
The
ones.
retort ones were like it's fizzing.
We have like you guys can't really see it, but it's like a vape cloud that's like straight up in the.
God, this looks like a vape shop at the mall.
Yeah,
that's what
or
this looks
like a hookah shop or something.
Oh yeah. Wow. That's amazing. So far, Latvia on that heater, 5 out of 5. That thing's like a few years old and it just sparked right up. That's amazing.
Yeah. All right.
That's amazing. Cool. Yeah. God damn. Like, I could iron a shirt with that. I could just go get a starched collar. That would be...
Yeah, this is definitely going to be ready for us. But anyway, so what was the question?
Okay, so he's saying, why aren't there more clan Frankenmechs?
Balance.
Yeah, well, it's not only balance, because that's a mechanics thing, but from a lore standpoint, it would be like converting F-35s to ground attack only, which wouldn't be very smart at all, because...
But it would be cool.
It would be cool, I guess, but it wouldn't be tremendously great. And so you develop these highly tuned weapon systems to exist in a very narrow parameter. Like, the M1 Abrams is a great tank. It's probably not going to make a great APC. It's not designed for egress at multiple points in the hull. It's designed to be heavily armored to take tank rounds. So... trying to franken certain things together, certain things can lend themselves to modification. Like a transporter craft could be turned into a gunship, for instance, easily. But you don't turn all your transport aircraft into gunships. So yeah, there would be some interesting field modifications. I think field refits. You would see, oh, this one has hands on it instead of arm guns because this is operated on city fights and sometimes you need to melee or something. But Clan Frankenmechs don't really fit, except as salvage. Because I could see a Merc company walking up, and there's like just a big scrapyard of clan stuff. And some guy's like, if you get all the right parts, they'll talk to one another and they'll hook up.
Discount Dan here. Boy, do I have a deal for you.
No, you'll end up dealing with like the BattleTech equivalent to like Watto from episode 1. Yeah, except it'd be like an old Capellan guy, and he'd just be like, whatever you want, you know, and he's just got this ocean of garbage he's bought, you know, from a garbage scow, and you go through it with like a flashlight, and you're like, oh my God, the serial number's Clanner. Yeah, fuck God. I'll take that normal medium laser, please. You know?
Yeah. I think that's how it would work. What was also like, I said this to Tex off stream, but it was like the dude. I feel like somebody at FASA saw the popularity of like robot toys and was just like, I'm gonna make Cranston Snord, and they're gonna have like all these and I was like, it feels like a Saturday morning cartoon almost. But it's like weird. They're like, let's put all these mechs together so we can sell toys. I don't think anybody wanted to.
Oh no, I like that idea. I have an alternate take on that, and I think I know where Cranston Snord came from. I think some guy was trying to get fired because there was like a separation bonus, you know, if you got laid off. So he was probably like, they're like, okay, tell us about what character you created. And he's like, he's a space pirate. And they're like, oh, well, what's he like? He steals stuff like jukeboxes. They're like, and what else?
That probably came from like someone's battle report.
That's what I mean. Is
like somebody came to the table, like everyone was like, we're part of this mercenary unit, and we only work for this, and we're part of this one. I'm from Kurita, and they do. Then you have this guy who's like, yeah, we still we'll still Nintendo.
So what you're saying is you want a Cranston Snord episode so you can put in as much weird guy shit as possible.
Yeah, you just show, and they're like, what is that? And it's like, why do you have a PPC and a shotgun? Like, what's going on here?
Well, and that's the thing. Like, yeah, why does that rifleman have bayonets on it?
Yeah.
But it's one of those things of, I think in many ways, Mike, because of your cursed nature when it comes to humor, that you are very much in league with Cranston Snord on a spiritual level.
It's like fun because the whole game is like, we're fighting for these systems and I'm going to beat you with my mechs. And then you have this guy who comes in and he's like, I'm going to steal the Duchess's dog.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? Don't even worry about it. You guys fight. We're going to be over here stealing this dog. And you're like, why?
You just imagine like a planning like an Ocean's 11, right?
Yeah.
Where everything has like
Ocean's 11, but they stomp down with mechs.
No. What I'm saying is it's like an Ocean's 11. Like he's like, all right, boys, here's the plan. And he lays everything out. And it's all intricate. Like, we hit the orbital defenses here, and we disable this satellite, and we destroy this comms array. And he's like, cool. And at 12:30, we'll be out. And then it shows, like, 3 hours later, and the whole capital is burning, and there's just fights and explosions everywhere. And you see Cranston Snord running away from a governor's mansion with a dog under his arm, and he's like, I've got it!
We got it, boys! Let's get out of here!
Yeah, like, and everyone's like, woo!
You just see this jump shot, like, who are they? It's a drop ship that's like missing parts as it flies away.
No, they just steal a dropship as they leave.
It's got like a fucking super rail cannon from an old like actual battleship, like spaceship for some reason. So when they fire it, it like actually moves the
Cranston. You have to understand, Cranston Snord is like General Grievous. He's like, yes, another one for my collection.
I'm just looking through the art.
Yeah, no, Cranston Snord's a fucking weirdo, and he's BattleTech's really weirdo. Like, if I had to have Cranston Snord played by someone, it would be Jack Nicholson in his prime. Or it would be,
but yeah, it's like, dude, I don't think anybody could possibly do the kind of shit that Cranston Snord would do in BattleTech. Like, I would imagine he's like, we're gonna do Ocean's 11 shit, and he's like, all right, we have to infiltrate the Kurita, and it's like they just paint red, all over all the mechs, and then just like draw like the dragon and everything, and they're like, honorable whatever your name is, what unit are you from? And they go, oh, fuck, I didn't think of this. The Yoshimitsu.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're like, honorable Yoshimitsu, welcome to amongst us, but we don't have you listed. He goes, Yoshimitsu. I see.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
that's all he knows how to say. He's like, do you know any other words? Sushi. Yes, after battle we will have sushi together. And like it's like they're like, man, these guys don't really have any. They don't have any kind of sense, do they? And like, no, we're fucking with you. We know who you are.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, no.
Then the antics start. It's playing like Scooby-Doo music.
Yeah. I mean, no, you're not wrong. So let's go ahead and see how these things are. Have some fun with it.
I don't know. So here is a cracker of some kind. It's some sort of I don't know what you'd call it. It's a very thick cracker with a lot of meat in it. Here, I'll give you one so you can feel it yourself, Tex. This is like it's like a cracker with meat, but you know what I mean. Like,
God, it's like cardboard.
Yeah, it's very dense.
Yeah, like
let's have
games
a bite.
made of cardboard could use this to like.
Oh man, I'm trying to take a bite out of it, and I feel like I'm gonna break teeth.
You got to be careful.
You're supposed to soak that.
Well,
I don't read instructions. Anyway,
so
that definitely tastes like you need to soak it.
How many? Yeah,
my mouth is actually creating more saliva because of how dry this is.
Oh, so
it's actually really tasty.
So it's this. I just imagine that like you could use this to sand something. You know, this is something you could use to actually headspace gauge something. It's pretty
not bad.
Remarkable.
Go have one.
Have a good one.
Take a little bite. Yeah.
There you go. Gotta use this. Wow, it's that sneezing bread.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's nicely baked, but yeah, it needs to be dipped in probably this tea right here.
Good times. So
let's so that was it. The cracker's very dense. Probably needs to be made with tea, and I'm guessing that's what this is. So we have this is not. This is lemon flavor instant drink with vitamin C without sweeteners, 30 grams. So this is actually probably going to be decent then. Although I say that not knowing how.
Yeah.
Hey,
oh
thanks for the
wow.
courtesy.
Just fun times. Flush.
Yeah. I don't know if that's going to be. Okay, so here's some. This one's just sugar, 12 grams of sugar. So give you in this nice little camo pouch, so that way you can lose it on the ground and never find it again. But we can try this lemon flavor drink thingy out. I'll go get a cup later. I'll probably get a cup here in a sec. And then we have this is Golden Ceylon Black Tea.
Golden Ceylon Black Tea.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably going to be pretty nice.
This is it comes in a nice little package. It's very shiny. It's got a nice little sticker on the top that has like a bunch of warnings and information on what's inside, which is always good from a country that you can't read the information on.
Hey, if you can't read the warning, then it must not apply to you.
Exactly. This one is just called Ruta. This is chocolate. This is literally, that's all it is, just chocolate or chocolats. So it's like...
You probably said that correct. That sounded actually quite good.
Oh, damn it. All right. My quest to make my pronunciations worse. But yeah, this is basically chocolate. There's no bones about it. It's literally like I can feel it.
It's boneless chocolate.
Boneless chocolate. Finally, finally, Latvians figured out something that we cannot get. Boneless chocolate.
We got to put bones in ours.
Yeah.
So next question is from Dark Lodestar.
And honey.
It says, greetings, BPL crew. I just watched the Dreams episode and remembered a crazy dream from my youth. I'm the same age, Tex, he says. It involved two seemingly living gas clouds, one yellow and one green. If they touched you, one would remove your gender and kindle you, while the other would turn you into an 18th century style vampire. I just remember pure fear in the dream to avoid the people in the gases.
So you're just walking around and it's just like, oh, here comes the purple gas. It's going to make me into Count Chocula.
Can you imagine, like, not the vampire gas?
Yeah, you have this like very bored teen working at like a fucking grocery store, and the gas comes in, and she just looks all sad, and then all of a sudden she goes, I see you have bought one bread.
I just
two, and then he just keeps doing. I can't do that accent.
No,
but yeah.
I just imagine vampire gas. Like, release the vampire gas. That sounds like something from a cursed World War I. You know.
So I was gonna say that they also included something called refreshing toilette, which is some kind of weird.
Moist towelette.
It's a weird kind of drink that you can have. So I'm gonna probably have a little bit of that. I'll take a bite of this.
Giga Strike.
It says, look at it. It's got lemons on it. It says refreshing. Obviously, I gotta have a bite of that.
So Giga Strike says he had a dream where Tex did a face reveal and he had a nose that was 4 inches wide.
Yeah. Oh, he's not wrong. Actually, I told people, just imagine Tex. If you guys want to know what he looks like, all right, just imagine a dwarf wearing a comfy robe. That's it. And minus the dwarven height, because he's about my height. But yeah, imagine a dwarf wearing a comfy robe. That's literally what he would look like. That image, whatever image you're thinking of, that's exactly it.
I just think it's also crazy that, like, if you had a gas that kindled people, you could just spray a population and they die out in a generation.
Yeah, that's one hell of a way to.
That's horrifying.
Yeah,
that's like, so. Which gas would you want, Mike? The vampire gas or the kindle gas?
I would probably go with the vampire gas, because I kind of like having genitals. It's nice.
You know, I think I would go with vampire gas just to watch the span of human history.
Yeah,
for like
that's what I mean. Like, as a Kindle, it's like not only do you not only get no fun, you can't like pee right anymore. You're gonna have to get like a new fucking like, what do you call it? Like
no, your poops just become twice as big.
Yeah, no, yeah. What's it called? The thing they put in to give you
catheter.
Catheter. Yeah, you have to get like a catheter installed, and same with your ass. You get like a colonoscopy bag. Like, you just become like this horrible creature that now has to like.
I like the idea of vampire gas.
Yes.
I think that's cool.
Yes.
Release the vampire gas.
So this one is just called Dekutai.
Those are matches.
Also known as the quickest way to start a revolution. Praise Zorg.
Yeah.
Praise.
And look at that. Like, they give you so many matches too. Like, this is
Kendall gas now from Pentex.
All right, so here's another one.
I'll set these matches here.
It says he signed his real name, so I redacted it. But he says, "Salutations, sir. I am writing to inquire if you have heard about the MechWarrior role-playing game that FASA produced. I had a copy of the first and second edition in my earlier days, and I believe I even had the MechWarrior compendium. I have no idea where the book and its subsequent material went, but I recall it being a D6 system. Was curious about your thoughts about it. I've had zero experience with the old RPG, like zero. I know Mr. Welch has. He did a thing on it.
Mr. Welch probably made a few list items from that game.
Yeah, no, he described how to like destroy mechs with just like hovercraft full of ammunition for machine guns, so it just blow up and destroy everything. And he was like, I'll just use cheap shit and suicide bomb everything, and that's what he went for.
Capellans.
Yeah. So he goes on to say, thank you for both the BPL podcast as well as the Text Talks BattleTech. Maybe when I win a big enough case, make enough money off my nascent real estate empire, and win fuck you money, I can help y'all buy the BattleTech license from Tops. Helps out being an attorney. UHF stations are cool and all, but help unifying a license into competent hands, yes, you, as well as help from the BPL and even Mike, would be, per your early podcasts, effing awesome.
We could fix Shadowrun too.
What do you mean? How do we fix Shadowrun?
Well, fuck you. We get to it when we get to it.
Yeah, so what we're saying is that Goat needs a podcast to fix Shadowrun.
We'll say
that
Chuck.
what we
Goat
want?
talks Shadowrun.
Goat talk Shadowrun.
You can't
We'll take
fucking
the tea.
you can't do
Lemon
that
drink.
super well because it's designed to be really subjective and open to change lore.
I'm gonna go make the
That's
tea.
true.
And
That's true.
It's not like
tea and the drink.
BattleTech.
No, that's true. And BattleTech has its eras. And I've seen a lot of people kind of do that with Shadowrun. They choose a favorite era and choose aspects. And that's one thing I like about Shadowrun is I've never seen anyone run it straight. I've seen everyone homebrew rules, and I've seen everyone pick a little era and say, I'm telling a story in the bookend of this
2050 Seattle or,
Yeah.
2064 Boston during the crash. Yeah. I mean, and people give them shit for this, but I mean, the original first 2 or 3 editions of Shadowrun were designed for homebrew. And then they got Reddit grognards to write 5th edition, and then they got people to make 6th edition and
What was that?
Argle Bargle Fufaro, hey diddy ho diddy no one knows.
Yeah, that's a direct quote.
Yeah, where it's like
from a printed book.
yeah, or it's something. It's like about spirits. It's just it's bad. It's not finished. Look up Shadowrun 6e review, and there's a guy that breaks it down pretty well.
Yeah, I wanted to get the book because I just liked the artwork and parts of it, and I thought it was beautiful. But then when you gave me your review of the breakdown and then the lack of like polish and QC,
And it's just not. It's just like every Shadowrun's every edition has like glaring issues where like
oh yeah,
the rules for this are overcomplicated. The rules for this don't really make sense. No, 6e is just like armor does nothing. Edge is something that replenishes constantly, and it's not finished. It's not playable rules as written at all.
Oh God, I mean, well, that was the same thing though when that was the same thing that happened when Deathwatch came out. Because remember when they had the chapter builder in Deathwatch? And so me and the boys on TG got on there and we made the
apothecary that could run like
400 miles an hour. Yeah.
Battle brother.
Yeah. Battle brother Cocanus. Yeah. You just choo choo and take off at 400 miles an hour.
Or the guy that would that caber tossed Karn the Betrayer and caused him to die because of the falling damage.
Well, that was great. Or or what Mr. Welch did, where he just realized he could soak more damage than grenades did. So he would just walk around with grenades.
A suicide bomber?
No, there was no suicide to it.
Well,
he would just hold a hand grenade in his hand.
Suicide.
And just hold it out to people, and like Looney
They
Tunes.
can't dodge.
Yeah, it was like Looney Tunes. So he would get like blackened from the explosion, but the enemy would die, and then you're like, okay, and then you walk to the next one and do the same thing. Yeah.
What we did was we did an only war regiment of Ogrins, and we figured out like the weight and like lift carry. And altogether they could just like Fred Flintstone the Chimera, just like just remove the bottom board and just like and just like pick it up and run with it.
Yeah, I mean the problem is when you get really, really ridiculous strength and Dark Heresy and that D100 system, and you get the like unnatural ×2 and ×3 modifiers for stuff, you can just like punch people into non-existence. I mean, we made that one Space Marine that could one shot like elbow drop anything. So like the DM would throw a greater demon and it finishes its monologue or whatever, and then the guy just bends it into a pretzel and chokes it out, and then just starts quoting the Iron Sheik. It's great.
I have a list of everything that's actually in this MRE from the packing slip that I just found.
Wow.
So it has first one is of course the stewed pork with Grotus and
Gross.
sauce. Okay, Grotus and sauce.
Grotus is
It's
like
they
medieval.
misspelled the English.
I know, but it sounds like a medieval name. Like Grotus, come here.
Grotus, sir.
I think Grotius was a name.
Grotius.
Of course, these are crackers, special. That's literally what it says.
What's so special about him?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I've played enough Space Station 13. I know what special means.
We got, of course, the hazelnuts. This is natural honey, according to what they say. Instant drink, which is this lemon thing I'm going to make here in a bit. Chocolate. Tea, sugar, the moistening tissue, matches, moisture-free fuel, and then canned food heater, a tray for food heating, which is that little white thing right there, strap for the package, package tightening, a strap for I didn't even see a strap for it. Oh, I see it. Ah.
A what? A strap?
No.
What?
It's a zip tie. They included a zip tie so you could save this for later. Any of these, so like you
That's nice. That's like Latvia.
So you got your hazelnuts and you want to like wrap them up and save
It's
them
like
for
mom
later.
packed
That's
up a
really
lunch
nice.
for you.
Yeah, while Latvia, your mom is really nice.
That's when I sent
Yeah.
the Russian MRE to Carl, who is ethnic Russian Belarusian. It was like, yeah, it's like mom packed a lunch for a big strong army man, except it's canned instead of fresh.
Yeah, but that's amazing.
Oh yeah, and then the plastic spoon, which we have to test
Oh yeah.
because we can't just have a the spoon. It's okay.
It's not as good as the American
No.
MRE
This is
spoon.
definitely one you'd get one of those like multi packs of like 500 plastic spoons.
Ah, yeah.
So it's not strong, but you could probably get a lot done if you're. Yeah, see, like I barely pressed on it. I already cracked it.
Yeah, so it's one of those Mad Max situations. Eat with your fucking hands, cut the corner of the pouch and suck it out.
Yep, exactly.
So ding them on the spoon. Got it.
Out of all the items, yeah, I don't even know about this because we can't cook these indoors without dying.
Yeah, the light. Trust me. So here's the next one.
We're getting real lightheaded in here.
Oh, gas.
Also, so now that I have made this tea, before you answer the next question, would you like to have some tea, Taz?
I would love to
Out of
have
all
some
the, because he don't normally can't have anything in these MREs, but he can at least have the
Because
tea.
my digestion all fucked up.
That's
No,
a
it's
very
not.
black tea, by the way.
This is not hot at all, Goat.
I hope you like caffeine.
I am refusing to feel the pain.
Well, also I haven't like hewn 1911s out of cast iron with my hands, so I still have nerve endings in my hands and
Haha,
fingers.
trick question. You would never use cast iron. You'd use 4140 bar stock.
I know, but you mentioned you could totally do one out of cast iron.
I know. I feel
thank you,
so
Satan.
cursed to know it,
Satan.
but I was looking at, could you make like a cast iron 1911 using really bad casting techniques? Like if you went back to the 1870s,
Yes.
could you mass produce like poured cast 1911s? And then I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, probably. It would be, yeah. Talk about big iron.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a heavy handgun.
I can't. But how is it? How is the black tea?
It needs to steep longer.
Yeah, it does.
I just set it up. I didn't count how long it was sitting there.
No, but I mean,
Fucker.
it's perfectly fine. I mean, it's not
It's-
bitter,
it's
which
tea.
is it's not bitter, which
Yeah.
is something I like in a
It's
tea.
Greenfield. It's the name of the tea.
Greenfield tea. All right. Next question, by the way. Hey there, Black Pants Legion. I hope you guys are having an amazing 4th of July. Oof. It's been a while. May all your fireworks explode with twice the oomph in celebration of the day we stop being British. I have a question for you guys, and it's a bit silly. If Solaris has an arena for mechs fighting each other, are there other forms of competition out there? For example, a weightlifting competition where mechs of different classes, each tuned up in the arms, try and lift heavier and heavier weights. A competition for speed from each class, with the assault class labeled the tortoise race. Or even one for just has the nicest looking mechs in general. Okay, so he goes on to say, suggest different Mech Olympics, and then he signs it Fernando and wishes us to have a nice day. But
More gold, Your Majesty.
pay Mike money.
Soviet Space Station 13
MRE cooks you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But no, the thing that's kind of interesting is if you look at, like, if you had a Mech Olympics, I think it would be a lot like a car show.
Yeah.
Where it would be like GM and everyone else bringing out their latest shit, and they'd see like latest models, and they would have like the pretty girls standing by it and swooning over it, sort of things, and it'd be like selling Corvettes. I think that's what any mech gathering would look like.
Yeah. Someone and Wraith even said like what was it, like BattleTech beauty or was it the Miss Mech contest?
Oh, Miss Mech. So
Yeah.
so you mean like like
Prettiest mech.
prettiest mech.
Yeah, it could be like hot rod style or whatever.
Oh no, I just got it. It's done like the dog shows.
Oh, okay.
Where it has to go through all the things. So it has to like run through a tunnel and
It's
then it
like
has to like jump over a thing.
You see an Atlas trying to step over like one of those bars that the horses jump over, but
Yeah.
it like knocks it over just barely. And
No,
they're like, oh, that's like 5 points. He's going to lose.
Oh,
it.
yeah, they're like, he's losing.
He just steps on the whole thing.
Yeah, no, they're like, he's losing points here on the dressage part of it. And you just see him stomping holes in the ground.
Yeah.
Like they have to do an interpretive dance part.
Oh, yeah.
So like they come out and they
Your Majesty.
no, like you see them come out, like you see the mechs come out and it starts playing like Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies and the mechs are like dancing. Yeah, but they're all like dancing to it gracefully.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to make this lemon drink.
Except if you're close enough, you can hear the metal creaking and shit.
yeah, or occasionally a round goes off.
Like they do like the ballerina jump thing and like you land on it.
Yeah, that never happens. Oh, God. So, yeah, I could see that.
Next question.
All right, next question. Hey, Mr. Tex, how are you doing? Thank you for everything that you do and doing your damnedest to spread positivity and spreading good messages in general. So, now to the point. My friend and I have been having a cowboy renaissance in New York, and he just bought a Remington 1858 black powder revolver in .44 caliber.
A New York City legal handgun because it's not legally a handgun.
Oof. I'm not sure how black powder works. Anyways, I have a hankering to buy a revolving rifle, but it seems like there's not a lot of options out there. I saw the Rossi Circuit Judge, and it seems like my best bet, but 45 long Colt and 410 shells aren't cheap these days, and that's what can be found out there. So do you happen to have any revolving rifle knowledge you could pass on to me? Do you know of any other options I'm not seeing? Thank you for your time, Tex. You're a good person, and I know you won't know how to take that. Ha ha. Thank you for being there. I don't know how to take this. Look, anyways, revolving rifles are a bit of a crapshoot. They're not a good idea because when you shoot things through a revolver, there's a little gap between the cylinder and the forcing
Let me put
cone.
my hand on the foregrip on the front.
Yeah. So the problem is when you accelerate things to rifle speeds, rifle cartridge speeds, that's a lot of gas that's going to escape through that hole and thereby is going to get rather unpleasant. So that's why a lot of them that you can actually find in America are chambered in 45 410. The problem is the Circuit Judge is bad. It's just not good. It's cool. It looks cool. It's really neat. But if you want something that's a carbine length gun that's a revolver, I think you can find replicas of the Buntline, which is like a single action army with a little stock you put on it.
Yeah.
And you can then be like weird revolver ocelot from MGS3 who kills people like a Sergio Leone movie.
So
describe this drink, Mike. You have poured water.
I have poured a lemon. It's like a lemon sports drink, but I don't know if you guys could see it, but I got rid of all the sugar in it somehow.
Whoa.
I dissolved it perfectly.
Did you use boiling water or something?
No, I just stirred it.
Impressive.
Yeah.
So
Very nice.
like so for the
I gotta
first
try it.
time. Wait. For the first time, you're telling me that you pour a powdered beverage from an MRE into a pouch, you pour water into it, and it all dissolves perfectly.
It dissolved perfectly. There's nothing in there. You could see it.
It's clear. It's absolutely, that's insane.
I only poured like 3/4 of it because it's a small glass.
Yeah, but still, that's really impressive. So
It doesn't have like any kind of smell that I should be worried about.
watch it be fabuloso. What is it? Please don't say cod.
No, it tastes like a knockoff of vitamin water.
Oh, so like Vitaminsky,
Your Majesty.
Hey,
Vitaminsky Waterski.
in a world full of Amerises to be Cranston Snord, loot everything and be weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this drink is like, yeah, it's like vitamin water, but like not terrible because most vitamin water is not good. I only have one that I like, and I think it's the purple one.
Oh.
Because it just tastes like, because I can't have sugars like I used to, so it's like not bad, right? It's all right.
It's all right.
Yeah,
I did see some stuff accumulate at the bottom, though.
I think that's actually from our water supply. I poured this out of the tap.
Oh, so here's
Out here in Flint, Michigan.
Yeah, out here in Flint, Michigan.
so I'm not sure we can really say anything more to that last question.
No, I think you nailed it.
Yeah. So next,
nice.
greetings from the lands of the PSL. You are welcome, Mike. Either the worst modern MBT or the best T55 reskin and really cheap broadband. Romania. All questions come first. Mike, Star Trek, the Dominion War. Maybe the crew was stuck on the other side of the quadrant, hearing of the events of the war, mostly by way of scuttlebutt.
Okay.
That's his question.
That's it?
To you.
Oh, so like that's the are you pitching for me, the owner of Star Trek? Okay, here's
Yeah, it's Star Trek, the Dominion War,
also,
question mark.
That's like I keep doxing myself, but my name is actually Steven Star Trek. That's where the name comes from. So I don't like that, but that's just my real name. So as Steven Star Trek, the owner of and creator of Star Trek, I'll have to tell
Star Trek, a Star Trek production LLC.
Which is also a part of Paramount's little minor sector. Don't worry about it. Anyway, the Dominion War. If you had somebody who was stuck on the other side of the wormhole, I'd have to ask, why are they stuck on the other side? So you need like a nice inciting action. It's an all right idea, but I think the problem is that it would run into the same problem that Voyager did, and I think you'd need better writers or not better writers. I'd say better production than Voyager had for their.
Yeah, because how many episodes can they have
Yeah.
of Let's Run Around the Paramount backlot or another cave, a planet of caves?
See, the Kai Piranha demands I be Bitlord, if even for a moment. That was from a Yogg. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I don't know what that is, man. I'm Kai. Did I say that right?
I guess.
Kai Piranha.
So the next question is from
Or is
me.
that Kai Pirna? Caipirinha.
Caipirinha?
Yeah.
Yeah, Caipirinha demands I be Bitlord even for a moment.
Okay, thank you.
Caipirinha is a mixed drink from Brazil.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't have a
like-
Brazil one here yet.
Hey, if someone wants to send it,
Yeah, Brazil.
I'd
Find
love one.
us some Brazilian MREs and we'll have goat eat them.
Your goat's mom would be like, "Why do you want an MRE? I'll just make you food." And then
No.
why don't you have your mom send us bagged lunches? It'll be like, we call this the MRE lunch,
Alright, I'll
school
get my-
lunch.
Yeah, she
Okay.
can just send us some bag lunches and some FNFAL magazines, just like the Brazilian Army.
Yeah, you open up your
I
bag and it's
wish.
like, oh, look, an apple, and then all the other stuff, and then it's like some ammo. And
Okay, question. If the Brazilian Army said if you served your term of service, you got to keep your FNFAL, would you do it?
If I could bring it back to the States, I would have done it.
You're like, I don't care about the hardships. I want a machine gun.
Military service in Brazil, they technically have compulsory
Yeah.
military service there. It's not that bad. A lot of people do it. It's just they get more volunteers for it than they can afford to maintain people. I could do it. If I stayed there, I probably would have done it.
Yeah.
Go be a shitty fucking officer after get my college paid and then go to do masters.
I could just see you like as a tank commander and they're like yelling at you on the radio and you're like, "Okay," and you just drive off. Like I can't hear you.
oh yeah, Yogg says, "Dude, I'm in and from Texas, and I'm glad I didn't call it lime drank."
Lime drank.
Lime drank.
Well, there's purple drank. There's lime drank.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. So he asks.
I was going to say for the Star Trek thing, because I didn't answer the
Sure,
question.
Please.
Essentially, what they would. So I'm not saying that the writers for Voyager were bad, because I don't know what the actual writers wrote and then what made it to set. Because I'm fairly certain somebody down there was just like, well, we wrote this beautiful story about like the Kazon, and then eventually they're like, yeah, we need them again for next week because we like shooting those guys. I mean, they got the weird hair.
What I think,
and that's what I imagine happened.
when I look, because I've seen every episode of Voyager at least twice. And here's what I think happened. I think, in all honesty, they had a really tight, really well-written, like 10 episodes. I think they had like 10 episodes a season, and they were like, do 50,
Yeah.
And they were like, Oh.
No, I agree. I think they definitely had like their two-parters and a lot of stuff planned out. I don't really know. Voyager's a bit of a mystery, and that's what I'm saying about the Gamma Quadrant thing. Is like they would run into the same problem Voyager has, so they would need whoever interfered with Voyager's original writing to just leave them alone. Because I'm fairly certain Voyager was probably written more competently than what was presented.
I think so. And I also think it had budget problems.
Yeah, there was like a
huge-
totally different actress going to play before Kate Mulgrew.
They
And there's a
got her
video
to-
on YouTube you guys can see of this lady doing it. She's like some French lady, and you can see why she didn't make it.
Yeah, she comes off as not a good captain.
No, Kate Mulgrew was the best. I like keep the cast and then get rid of Harry Kim in like the beginning and keep bringing him back as a bad guy.
I
would
think
keep bringing him back like every like season or so as like a returning bad guy.
Harry Kim, Renegade Starfleet.
Yeah, that's the only character I would rewrite. Make Chakotay less
Bobby Beltran.
Chipotle. Like make him less
Bobby Beltran.
Like yeah, make him less like I'm trying to hide my weight behind this very thin fabric here. It's like nah.
I think he did the best he could with what he was given.
For sure.
And he acted his ass off. I mean, I was no, I mean for what he was given.
Yeah.
Like it's you laugh, but if you have a bad script, it doesn't matter how good you are. And I mean, I'm sure that Shatner's shit on Star Trek was very bare, and he just was like, I'm gonna just go for the I'm do the best job I can.
Shatner's tone deaf, man. He doesn't really get it. He doesn't get anything, and he does. That's his whole shtick too. He's like, I don't get it. I don't understand.
Don't understand.
I would love to.
It's just not my feel. I don't get it.
I would love to have William Shatner on this podcast.
Yeah, he'd be fun.
No, he would be, because I'd be like, I would have Shatner on this podcast, and I would ask him literally nothing about Star Trek.
He would probably appreciate that.
No, I would say, I would ask him like one Star Trek question, like if you could have one thing that was real from Star Trek, what would you have? Because I'm sure he'd be like,
he's like, oh, the Orion girls, of course. You would do something.
I'd be like, you dirty motherfucker.
Yeah, no, that sounds like something Bill would say. But
so
let's
see. Hold on. His next part of the question is, Tex, what are some of the weirdest pirate mech builds you've come across both before and after the clan invasion? There's no way I can quantify that.
There's too many.
No, that's like saying, what is the coolest car you saw at Baja? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Most of these things look like Mad Max cars. They're never the same car even 2 years in a row. It's literally made out of other cars. I've seen some great ones where it's literally all rockets. So you have one button, you can press it once and you kill everyone. And that's just what happens.
Yeah.
So it's pretty amazing. Now let's go ahead and open that motherfucker.
Yeah, we're going to open up the main now for everyone listening on the podcast. So far, I've been opening up different things while they've been asking questions. And so this is the final piece before the chocolate and the honey. We'll definitely try that like as a dessert. So. You know what? I'm going to take after Steve, and I'm going to live dangerously.
No, Mike.
Yes, I am.
No.
You can't
Mike.
stop me. I got this retort pouch so hot. Feels hot to the touch. Very boily.
Yeah, all right. Very boily.
I'm going to take this honey, and I'm going to put it in there.
No.
No, Mike.
No.
Mike.
No,
Mike.
Filho da puta.
Don't do that.
I was kidding. I know.
No, it'd become dangerous.
I'm well aware of that.
But
I was just messing with you.
But
man.
no, his question his question
like no, don't.
No, yeah, we were terrified because you
God.
had crazy Mike eyes, crazy eyes. We were like, I
was just waiting to see how long you guys would let me go. You're like, oh, he's not going to do it.
No, you get that Cleveland Mike in you, and it's dangerous.
It is a little dangerous.
So no, the he went on.
What, you guys don't like a little medicine?
Oh. So he went on to ask about 10 more questions, but I've decided for the sake of brevity, we will answer 2. And if he wants to ask more questions, he can leave a voicemail on the BPL.
With their extra thick Romanian
We're going to get
accent.
to those questions. Don't worry. We just had a lot of guests these last podcasts.
Yeah. No, we want you to leave a Romanian voicemail where you talk about how...
What is the weirdest pirate mech
I
you've
want to hear
seen?
that because I want Romanians in BattleTech, and I want it to sound like he's calling from the periphery, like...
What is a man?
Yeah! We'll know it. Okay, if you're out there and you're listening, I want you to call in, and I want you to do verbatim the Castlevania speech. What is a man but a miserable pile of secrets? I want to know what a real Romanian accent sounds like doing that. I've never heard that in my life. I've heard 1,000 takes on it in dramatic reading. I want to hear that. Sir, lend us your voice.
You don't even have to be from Transylvania.
No, just do your best.
This definitely smells like really nice. It's like kind of fats. You can give that to Tex too.
Oh yeah, it smells like baked beans,
Yeah. It's very nice, Maine.
like Roadhouse beans.
This literally, to me, smells like Dinty Moore.
Yeah, it
beef
does.
stew.
I keep thinking, I don't know what it is with Eastern Europe, but they love their Denti Moore. Because
It
every
looks like
MRE
bad
we've
cat
had
food.
so far, it's like a Denti Moore.
Well, and that's a happy
like
taste. That's a
a step up,
Look,
though,
if
yeah.
you are a bad alcoholic dad who is divorced from the family and you never spend time with them and you want a taste of like Thanksgiving that you're missing, Dinty Moore's stew. It's as good as nostalgia allows you to experience. The only reason I know the smell of Dinty Moore like this is we used to buy stuff at the dollar store to take to the open range and shoot, and you could get the big cans of Dinty Moore for like 50 cents because they were all bloated and rotten. So we would sit there with like 30-06 and shoot Dinty Moore, and you know when you hit them because you just see a puff. It was great.
Nice hiss.
Yeah, no, there'd be like a puff, and then you'd see flies. It was great.
You just see stuff start to crawl out of the can.
Yeah, probably. So next question.
Well, I got to do the main.
Oh, sorry.
I got to do the main,
Okay.
and then I got a question here.
Okay.
Because Ash asked,
Fire it.
wife would love it if one of you would say something about Moogles. Yeah. Which game? They all do something different in each game. I'm glad that they're the save our game, and they are cute, depending on what game they're in. The end. That's the thing. I hope you like that, and hit hash upside the head for me. Anyway, back to the thing.
Do the main.
So this is the main. And let me move this glass out of the way.
It looks like refried beans.
It looks like I'm going to show Goat and Tex so they can see.
Someone saying that looks like cat food. They're not completely wrong.
It does. It looks like cat
okay,
food.
Mike.
It's got a
now,
very weird consistency.
Now, hold on. As you spoon that up and enjoy those flaky layers.
Look at that. When you move it, it all comes together. It's like one piece. Look
Yeah.
at that.
All right. So as you chew that, I will give you some theme music.
Okay.
All right. Go on.
I'm going to go ahead and take a big. I'm going to
Take a
let's look
big-
dangerously. Let's take
Yeah.
a big bite.
Let's get in there. Okay. Here we go. Meow 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 meow. Oh God. So it has left a film of grease beneath
Yeah,
it.
there's a pool of. It's seen to
Like-
point out
like-
a pool of yellow underneath
fat.
it.
It's
just fat.
It's not fat. It's flavor.
It's flavor. It's flavor juice.
Welcome to Flavor Town.
So it tastes like Denti Moore, but like 4 steps up.
Okay, so Dinty Moore but made with love.
Mm-hmm.
Not like Dinty Moore put in the dark by people
I think
with
somebody
bad
who-
concepts of object permanence.
I think whoever made this, they clearly know how to make a very tasty meal. Like you can combine this with so much. Here's a fork for you, Goat, and then Tex, you can have a piece as well if you can get that over.
So
to 'em.
here's my question.
Cool.
Could you sustain yourself? Could you
up to you.
sustain yourself from the juice of the pouch? could you in a dangerous situation drink of the meat juice and be sustained by it?
Scientifically, probably not. But I would mentally probably feel that. I mean, I would psych myself up to be like, I'm eating meat or whatever. You know, like
Yeah, but I mean, well, if that guy can squeeze water out of turds, I think you could drink meat juice.
here, have a bite of that, Mr. Tex.
It's got stuff in it I can't have. Thank you.
You sure?
Absolutely.
Well, oh, I see it. Corn. Yeah, you can't have that.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
But no, it's
Very tasty. I wanted to add
well, when you add corn and
stewed
beef,
pork with groats and
okay,
sauce.
Yeah, so if you do stewed pork in
Sauce.
that kind of becomes almost a hash when you think about
It
it.
tastes like a hash a little bit. And
Yeah, kind of like
comes
a
in
breakfast hash.
Like if you combine this with whatever little side of like rice or something, if you can get some, like this would be even better, more filling, I'd say. But I think these are all like really measured out.
I think you could spread that over bread if you had access to it.
Mm-hmm.
That
Matter of
that
fact, Goat did that.
yeah, that
With
would
a
be
little
actually.
cracker.
I think that would be probably ideal. Is to like cut the ear off it and then squeeze it out onto crackers while walking around. That way,
Yeah.
you don't get your hands or utensils dirty or anything.
So I'm gonna take a bite out of that with this cracker.
And it says it looks like what my cat throws up sometimes. That's my Zenith voice.
That is an interesting Zenith voice.
It's just a New Zealand voice. It's my approximation of a New Zealand accent.
The only accent in the Legion that I hear in my head when he talks is Chippy.
Oh my god, fucking Chippy.
Chippy is
You
like
can say anything in Texas.
no. Chippy is like a character from Mary Poppins that was plucked out of Mary Poppins.
That's
Like
good.
so he. Imagine Mary Poppins in your head, boys and girls. Imagine Mary Poppins if Mary Poppins had swearing. And that would be like, he would be a character who would show up and be like, all right, this chimney's proper foot. And then, just like crawl up there and be like, you daft cunt, up there burning shit you shouldn't. I mean, it's great. I can't do his voice justice, but the shit he says is fucking genius. It's great.
No, it's okay. It looks like my cat throws up sometimes. Oh, okay. Well, it tastes delicious, so we win.
It's okay.
Excellent. So the next one
Cool.
is...
You don't like anything.
Incorrect.
No. Dude, the world is not a dark and dead place.
He likes military surplus, and he likes playing the guitar.
Yeah,
and he likes hanging out with his friends.
This tastes
Like
this tastes
you.
like gunmetal.
It does not taste like gunmetal.
You said he likes surplus. I'm trying to be a friend.
Oh, that's true. Well, actually, if you wanted to do the full...
This tastes like a favela.
if you wanted to do...
I don't know what...
If you wanted to do the full
Go,
military experience, what you would do is you would pour 3 or 4 of those into the corner of an ammo can and cook it in the ammo can. Be like, all right, boys, I'm making stew. Clean out the ammo can first. So the next question is from Grumpy, and he says, I've recently gotten into Scum. It's a pretty deep survival game, FPS-ish kind of game, but it's gonna get super deep. The devs are very active in the community and are chasing their crazy dream of the game they want. Reminds me of SS-13 Dwarf Fortress levels of, fuck you, I'm making this thing the way I want. Give it a look if you haven't. You might like it, might not, but it's worth a look.
Wait.
And then you write, P.S., there are Mosins. And then P.P.S., don't play on an official or PvP-only servers. It's not fun, full of murder boner children. PvE, PvP, private ones are much better. I admin on one and play on another. Both great servers. All right, Grumpy. Is Scum that game where you play as...
Also,
Majesty.
PPSH. I really like Russian things. That's what I would put at the end of that.
Okay, that's fair. But is Scum that game that where it's people escaping prisons?
No, it's more like
Is
it's Escape from New York.
Oh, wait, is that the game where
You can take a shit.
Yeah, that was the game where they did a huge article and all they did was like, your dong flops around and you can poop. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's going to be an interesting game.
I played a little bit of it. You definitely would want to do it with friends. I felt it was kind of clumsy, but it has a lot of potential.
Doesn't Scum have like that Roblox and the SpongeBob?
No.
No?
No.
What?
It's not like 7 Days to Die or Fortnite. You can't build shit like
I don't know
instantly.
nothing about. I've never heard of it. I just assume it's like one of those games where it's like you have zombies chasing you and you have people coming in on a bus or something.
Well, I mean, there are zombies, and sometimes like people get a bus or something and chase you. But it's more like Stalker,
Sniper,
or
cursing,
Okay.
Insurgency.
So yeah, I've only heard about the thing where like, yeah, you can take a shit. That's all I know about it.
Yeah,
like,
you can take a
You
shit.
can take a shit, yeah.
You can
Yeah, you can
affect
take a
your
shit.
dong size.
You know what other game? Oh man, I forgot the name of it. But there's a like a space builder game that was like kind of weird. But you dance around a fire and then you can shit like right next to it and use the shit to create things. I forget what it's called though. But in order to restore your character, you have to dance around the fire and it plays techno while your character dances. I forget what it's fucking called though. We really, really fucking love that game when we played it. They got rid of they stopped developing it, which was sad, but it was like you can go to different worlds and all kinds of stuff, and it was just weird.
That is weird. That is very strange what you were describing.
I like if I could get a screenshot of it, I would immediately be able to say, yes, that's the game.
Okay.
I have it in my Steam library because you can't buy it anymore, I don't think.
That's weird. It's weird when Steam takes stuff off the library.
It's not Arc. Shit. That's a fun fucking game too. Like I spent so much time only to reach the end and realize they couldn't write anymore because they stopped making the game.
I remember I played Ark once, and I walked around
No.
just picking up all the poop because I thought that was nice, and then I just put it in a pile in the center of the base and left. And people were like, "Who put all this poop there?" It was me.
It sounds like an EDM festival. I'm like, yeah, it's probably some.
Did I ever tell you about the time we were invited on a space station that had pooping allowed and what we did?
No, no. Wait, yeah, you told me, but tell the viewers.
So
and
there was a station that was really in depth, a really great station, and it had a lot of cool stuff. It had a lot of flavoring from Dune in it, and a lot of cool concepts. And it was called Interstation, and you could shit on Interstation. So he had put in the developer had put in the dev blog like no more shitting on the elevator because apparently it tracks it between floors, and I didn't realize you could shit. So what I did down in cargo was I built a tunnel so there was only one way off the elevator, and I took like 80 shits in that
my
hallway.
God,
and then I sat behind the desk and I was like, "Security to cargo, we have a problem."
Dude, this chocolate is fresh.
this is very good, man.
Wow.
I'm also biased. I haven't had sugar in a very long time. Like I haven't had this much in a long time, so I might be biased. But this is
No,
fucking,
this is good dark chocolate.
okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put this back before I eat too much.
That was Matt's station, John. That was Matt's station. Goddamn great station. I encouraged him to keep running it. I thought that was good fun. Matt is probably one of the guys who had, I think, one of the greatest understandings of all the Space Station 13 code bases and forks, and he's like a absolute expert on that stuff. But yeah, so next question. Dear Black Pants Library, I wanted to run a fan theory on Star Trek by you guys. I've been thinking about Star Trek STD and Picard and how everyone just seems to take for granted those heroes that came before them to pave the way for their society to thrive the way it has.
Trust me, the fans have not forgotten that.
Yeah, it's
the
all
people.
about me, the main character, who's perfect in every way and never wrong and somehow still a victim. There's no clever solutions to problems. It's just all catchphrases about the power of math and shooty shoot herder.
Yeah, it's very close to I will say, though, the one thing Star Trek Discovery did was put Anson Mount as Captain Pike. Because I was like, he played a perfect Captain Pike, in my opinion, because he was just, out of everyone else in the entire thing, all the actors are great, but out of everyone else, he seemed like the most Star Trek character. And then they went to the planet, it's not the Delta, it's the ones from the Cage. I just forgot the name of them.
Oh, yeah, those guys. Well, he posits something really interesting.
You guys in the tabletop game almost went there in the first episode, which would have been it. Yeah, you immediately was like, "Yeah, we're not going over there."
Yeah, no. So yeah,
I heard they had singing flowers there.
yeah, fuck that. It makes Vulcan smile.
That was the only thing about that whole thing I enjoyed. But what were you gonna say about Star Trek Discovery?
So he goes on to basically posit that because this is very lengthy, but he says, however, what if DS9 never happened? And he presents his case as STD is a spiritual sequel to The Next Generation as a what if DS9 ever happened. Because there's none of the hard edge, there's none of the people stories, there's never people with realistic flaws to overcome, and all of these other aspects. It's more just kind of future hopefulness, but it's more, I think, in many ways, from what I've seen and read, is very reminiscent of the early kind of Roddenberry-driven episodes of TNG that are just weird.
Yeah. I think everyone's beat this horse to death about Star Trek Discovery and Picard and Paramount and all that stuff, but it's like everyone who gets into these projects, regardless of where they're at in Hollywood, be rich or new or whatever, everybody has this. There's too many people who are like, I know what's best for Star Trek.
Well, yeah,
and that's when you get into like committee thinking,
right?
Which is where this,
right.
I believe, this actually failed, because if you look at the opening credits for Discovery, it's like 15 or 16 producers.
Yeah,
before you even, those aren't even the actors in the show yet. Like you just see, well, that was the actors in the beginning, and then they just go all the producers, and you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, how many people had to produce this thing? I'm fine with 1, 2, maybe even 3 producers, but 16's a bit.
The problem I see with those shows is that it's written by people who don't enjoy or don't understand Star Trek at all.
Yeah.
And the people who appreciate it have moved on or are tired of writing it. And the issue with it is this is kind of how you know it's shit, is when someone in a community says, I can do better than the official product, and they present case after case after case of doing so with just relatively reasonable, decent writing, it makes you realize how out of touch the company is with that. Like they just don't understand their fans. And that's kind of a sad point. But I'll tell you this much. In 20, 30 years, I don't think they're going to be inviting Discovery castmates to Star Trek conventions.
They'll go. They'll go.
I know, but
Star Trek fans don't give a shit about
What I'm saying is they'll be charging like $1 for a fucking, autograph.
No. You have to understand. While they might not like Discovery, they're still going to go up there and pay full price to get those people's autographs and talk to them about the lore and what was like playing it. And they get into it because there's a difference when you're watching on TV and then you go to one of these conventions and you see the fucking person who played the character standing right there.
I'm willing to bet, though, the Discovery people, if they do that, are probably pretty uncomfortable because they have a lot of fans going, you have a mycology-driven warp drive? Could you explain how that works? And the guy's just like, ah!
Yeah.
Just internal screaming noises.
They need to make sure that's on your contract. Like, just so you know, this is not a binding thing right here in this section. Just so you know, when you get in anything in Star Trek, you're going to be at the conventions whether you like it or not. They're going to invite you and pay you a lot of money to be there because you played the background character in the original series. Everyone remembers the guy with the acrylic spinning on the thing, and they're like, oh, he's just spinning the air.
Oh, God. Yeah, that poor guy.
Yeah, he went to conventions. Fuck yeah, he did.
He's like, hey, I'm spinning wheel guy.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah, like he gets people to take pictures with him, and he's just turning a wheel on the wall. He brings his own wheel, of course.
Okay, so this whole time while I was talking, I was eating this honey and cracker.
Sure.
The honey is fucking fantastic, but I am also biased because I haven't had any sugar.
Right, well,
I'm allowed to have honey.
Well, I'm a huge...
if it's real honey.
Well, I'm a raging sugar addict, so let me try it.
Yeah, if you can break it with your bare hands, you see your gun out, just...
Ugh.
All right, but that was very good honey.
So here's a question that I think you guys can easily answer.
Okay.
Question from the Mad Lad Rayford. I've been trying to think about what kind of music style would fit the BPL. As a way to show appreciation for all the years I've been on the channel, and while I generally enjoyed the content, podcasts, and when I was in the BPL Discord, but it always comes down to what kind of games and genres I could spin up together to make the vibe fit in. So the good old question is, do you have any music that you especially like or some vibes from a game? So what sort of music would you say defines the BPL?
Ska.
My God, no.
Yeah, you just have like Tex could probably do the Mighty Mighty Boss Stones lead singer's voice pretty because that guy. Have you ever heard any of those songs? He goes,
I probably.
I talk to sea like that.
Oh God,
I can't do that. Yeah, he has that like super.
Why would you sing like that?
I don't know, man.
That's gotta hurt.
I don't know, but yeah, he sings like that, and ska is like very weird because it just does these like weird horn sections, and then you got just other weird things that just kind of happen. It's very the Ghoul.
I think what we would have I would say probably punk rock or outlaw country.
Yeah, I was going to say like some Clutch.
Yeah, like some rockabilly country. Maybe.
That's what I see. That's the thing. That's what I think you guys wish you were. I say. You guys have the answers of which you are. I got the answer of what you are, and that's ska. Imagine playing ska and then look at the BPL's Discord, and you go, "Fuck, it fits every single." Doesn't matter which one you sell. You go into the self-help channel, everything.
I
it's
would
just
say,
like,
imagine a New Orleans Dixieland band playing "Don't You Feel My Leg," but the lyrics are very pornographic.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, I mean, in all honesty, I think our music is goat's music.
Ska, but with a bagpipe section.
No, I think Well, our music is all our own. We make our
Yeah.
own. You know what I mean? Like we just come up
Yeah.
with ideas and we make our own. So
Filk.
yeah, I mean that's essentially us.
Filk, but it's slowly growing into more punk rock, outlaw country, and psychobilly.
Yeah,
As my technical skill and production goes up.
that's interesting. But hey, fun times.
Yeah.
Oh no, Gypsy's here. He's in all caps. He says,
Psychic warfare is real. You better believe it, brother. X-ray vision.
All right.
Okay.
So someone writes from Maine.
Holy shit. Gypsy is based.
also, like, I have to ask, how many written questions do you have after this?
A few.
Because let's ask the questions. We'll answer those on the next one. Let's ask because we're getting close to the end, but also
Oh yeah.
got the chat.
Oh,
Everyone in
yeah.
chat wants to do live Q&A. That's why we kind of set this
Oh
up,
yeah,
so.
sure. We did have that intention. I didn't know how long the MRE would last. So yeah.
It was quick and it was good. It's a very solid MRE, the number 4.
Number 4.
So if you're ever needing to get some kind of reference for this, we're not very good at reviewing these. Go to Steve MRE 1989, and if you haven't seen it, he's got a lot of really nice.
Watch Steve
Nice
MRE.
MREs.
Watch Steve MRE 1989 show up in the chat, and he's like, "That's my bread and butter you're fucking with."
Yeah, that's my bread and butter. You're fucking.
He's like, "These muscles aren't for show. I will be outside."
yeah,
in
I look
15
at
minutes."
him, and he looks like the kind of guy who, like, you would see at the gas station, and when a fight breaks out, he's the one that breaks it up.
He looks like the kind of guy that would smile to your face, and if you said the wrong thing, he would pull your face from your body.
He would just Batista, like Mike, you're saying he would like Batista bomb, like choke slam somebody into like the rack of Slim Jims.
I just imagine he hits you like you're talking. He hits you so fast. The next memory you have is just waking up with a catheter
in the
your
hospital.
Yeah. You're like, how many times did they hit me? And they're like, I think the blob is talking. Yes, you'll be fine.
No, he goes, "Oh no, it looks like we have a problem." And he slips on brass knuckles that say "nice." He's like,
Yes.
and he goes, "Let's get this out on a tray."
Yeah,
And then
like
he
Oh
he
no.
punches you and it punctures your like one of your ribs.
No,
punctures
he
your leg. Like,
winds-
nice hiss.
Yeah.
No, he winds up and punches you in the face, and then you just shows the guy in the morgue tray, and he's like, "Nice."
Let's get these teeth out onto a tray.
All right.
Oh.
We do have the question. So first one is from Jake, who says, "What was the MRE worth the calorie deficit during the day?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't so bad.
I think he's just trying to jab you on that. Any other questions for us? Let's see, because I wasn't paying attention if they already scrolled past. So where does it place on your top 10 there, Crow? What? Oh, the MRE. I'd say this is like what was the other Latvian one was really fucking good. That was like it was the French one that was really fucking.
The French one was amazing. Like,
Yeah, I think
it smelled like a restaurant in here,
Yeah.
and the sausages were really good.
Somebody asks you, what can you tell me about snakes?
I can tell you they make shit fried sandwiches thanks to the Archer, Oklahoma Rattlesnake Festival that I went to.
Oh.
Dude, if you have a chance to have fried rattlesnake pass, there's a lot of parts in there that are not good.
All right, here's a quick one we're going to have to do quick. You ready? You have 150 million sea bills to outfit a planetary garrison. What do you do? And for GOAT, roll Britannian, but roll Cargonia. Think about it.
I'm writing that down. I will think about it.
I'll write the lyrics. I can do this.
That's actually pretty solid. That's
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
So
150 million sea bills. And this is for text because me and GOAT, I don't speak for GOAT, but I can't answer that.
I
so.
will buy nothing but the cheapest, fastest hovercraft, and I will educate all of the children and youth to drive simulators at very high speed, and I will choose the pod raceriest of the pod racers, and I will encourage them with nothing but the finest of finery. And so that these insane, crazy people driving hovercrafts at like 200 kph, when anybody hits my planet, they have to fight my warrior psycho squad of nothing but fasty, speedy boys that will just fly into them and scream bonsai.
So a garrison of Anakin Skywalkers.
Yeah, but
Now
instead of
this is pod.
yeah, exactly.
GOAT, other than Leslie Fish, who would you recommend for Filk listening?
I don't know. Heather Alexander is the only other artist that comes to mind, but I'd say do your own research. There's a whole rabbit hole for that. I know there's a Tumblr that's actually pretty good repository for that stuff.
And there's a lot of old forums for Filk
Yeah.
that are still around, and you can troll those for a lot of good information.
There's a question for the rifle again. So the Mosin Nagant meets Nagant in 1895 revolver. Would it work? Yeah, you just.
Yeah,
It's first of all, it's Russia. Yeah,
well,
they'll make it work.
Yeah, they'll make it work. The problem is you have two issues. One is the spin rate for stabilization for Tokarev is not the same for the rifle. So even if you could make it work, it wouldn't work, and it would just be really sloppy. So fucking why?
Just make it as Slav as you can. And
well, I mean, it's like, let's say you were sitting in traffic and you looked over and you saw someone who had a motorcycle, right? But instead of a motorcycle engine, they had a Honda diesel generator. And you'd go, why? And he's like, isn't this cool? And you're like, no one thinks you're cool right now. And then as he slowly pulls out into traffic, you watch him go.
What are Goat and Mike's favorite mechs? I don't really have one. I always say the Commando, but I really don't.
Goat likes the Crab and the Black Knight.
I like the Crab when it runs at like 160 mph.
I made Goat a psycho crab that was like medium pulse lasers and fast, and all Goat did was chase people and be like, "Why are you running?
Why are you running?"
Yeah, and then I give him the pinch.
Yeah. Can Tex name all 20 original clans from memory? No. Nobody can. I don't care if you do it on camera. That's impossible because the 20 is not enough.
Clan Tabasco Crab, Clan Snake Cobra, Clan Tiny Dog.
Am I being a child?
Yeah, Clan Cobra Stan.
Get Clan Tiny Dog.
I would love to see Clan Cobra Stan because you get like Georgie and he's like best clan in all of clan.
I invade is okay.
Exactly.
No, you may not. Okay, I'll be there tomorrow.
Oh my god!
I come back with papers. It says I'm in charge.
That would make the clan so much better.
Yeah, it would. Like their whole way of just arguing with you. You're like, no, Georgie, come back later. Okay, I come back with real army. Oh man.
Thoughts on the Republic of the Sphere, Mr. Tex?
It was an interesting idea to try to wipe stuff back to 3025, but it just kind of fell flat. It didn't really grab me. I know someone's asked about BPL Macbeth. It's on my board.
Yeah, it's on our board.
It is actually on our Beth. We are going to do Macbeth. We're going to do a 5-minute run of the highlights because voice actors are expensive. And it's going to be really dumb. I did promise we'd do it. We are going to do it. It is on the board for projects. So.
I know that I know we could probably get George to do the whole thing, but we don't want him to have to do this very long thing for us to then go, well, we got to cut it. So it's like we picked the best parts, and he's like, motherfuckers, that was my best roles yet, and you picked the shitty parts.
Yeah, you have to understand, I have to get George Ledoux, like this grandmaster voice actor and voice director, to stoop to playing a character from 20 years ago and then beg him to do that character doing Macbeth as someone who is obviously not sober. So it's a hard ask, but I'm going to do it.
You'll see it. We'll see.
No, it's not. He'll fucking jump on that.
No, he will. He's really cool because I'll call him up or write him up, and I'll be like, "Hey George, we're gonna do this," and he's like, "I don't know," and I was like, "Come on, George, it'll be fun." And he's like, "Okay." And
this game sucks.
I'm gonna play Shadowrun, and no, he's hilarious to work with because he's really fun. I like working with George.
If Tex were to take some really obscure thing of BattleTech Universe to talk about, what would it be?
I'm not going to reveal that until I talk about it because I do have a wild card in mind.
Oh, yeah.
It's very special.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm trying to get to as many as I can here.
How many Ultimas will you play, and why no
Akalabath?
Akalabath.
I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. Because I didn't really think about it, but if out of all the Ultimas we're going to play, it's how many Hatt has patience for, because I will do all of them. Tex knows I pick games mainly to just torture my friends, apparently.
Yeah.
I will sit there. I'm sitting there for the ride. Because I typically don't control these things.
No,
but we'll
just
do them all.
You just watch and yeah.
Macho Bobbins has become a beloved character. I'm going to take Macho Bobbins all the way to the very end if we have to. He's a hobbit that's like got the Macho Man persona. but he has like the worst luck. So it's like we start out with a gun. We're like, "Oh yeah, Macho Bobbin's gonna put a cap in your ass." And just start shooting people.
It reminds me of like
Yeah.
I played a muscle wizard in D&D, which is just a wizard with high enough strength and some skills in grapple.
Yeah.
Thank you, Random Toilet. But it's
Excalibur,
it's
thank you
a
for the
it's
courtesy.
it's a character with the ability to like grapple, but is also a wizard.
Yeah.
So what you do is like you play the wizard with the long robes, and you're like, "Oh, I am Sirius the wizard, and I have come into this town. Oh, please don't hurt me." And then like
Give me your money, old man.
yeah, and then you're like, "Oh dear, you should call an apothecary." But not for you. And they're like, "That doesn't make sense." And you're like, "I'll write it later." And you like tear your sleeves off. And what you do is you get them in a headlock, right? And then you do like shocking grasp with the other hand. So you're just like, "Why are you touching yourself?" And you're like electrifying their face. It's
oh my
great.
God.
But what's cool is you can grapple people, so you can like shake people's hands and then conduct shit through it. Like I did all those times at Dark Heresy. I wish to shake your hands. Why you're in? Why you're
No,
in?
Mecha, I have not tortured you with the game because I don't like. I think you and I have the same.
Oh no, you're nice to Mecha.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Simp.
What am I gonna play?
No, because it'll be like.
What are we
it'll
gonna
be like,
play? Okay.
Well, Mr. Tex, I have this game. From...
I could say anything, and I
Okay.
know she's gonna jump in on it, and I'm like, I'm sitting there trying to be like, okay, so I could throw anything at her, and she's gonna enjoy or just,
She's a teacher.
yeah.
You can't psychologically torture.
We can't. They see, you know, like how people will start posting Sonic OC as like a meme. That's all middle school still to this fucking day. She has seen some shit. I've seen some shit.
I'm sure.
So she's not gonna fucking break.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's.
I'm not. I can't.
Mecha, the hedgehog.
Anyway,
I want to go fast. Toodaloo.
tell us how much optional voice talents can be gained from the wider community. You have English covered. I sound similar to certain BPL members, just better, obviously.
Oof.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
Well, we just kind of grab whoever who wants to do it. Usually, we ask them, and mainly this is the main thing, and this is something that me and Tex talk about all the time. But it's like we ask, and as long as they can get it back to us, they're usually going to get in. As long as we're like cool with it.
Yeah, well, the thing is I have a lot of people who write in and say, I have an idea for a skit or I have an idea for a thing, and I tell them, then make it.
Hold your majesty.
And it's not me trying to say, I don't care for your thing. I think your stuff's really creative, but I have to create my own stuff, and I encourage everyone else to create their own stuff and shape their own little piece of the universe, you know?
Yeah. Also, Proctane says, Flush.
It's about hounds.
Yeah. He says, I got informed that you posted my friend's GoFundMe on his Twitter and is very grateful for your help. He wanted to make sure that his gratitude gets you, so here I have been sent to say thank you again, and then he gave me 100 pennies.
Oh, well, thank you, sir, and we're glad. Oh no, that was the other one we did.
There was another one that you did before that.
So I don't want to talk too much about that because I don't want to reveal people's private situations. But yeah, I do like to help people any way I can, and I'm always glad to put the fucking word out.
Sadek asks, that question did sound like a humble brag a little bit.
It's a bit of a humble brag.
Yeah.
The only person capable of causing psychological damage to the Legion is Stagger.
Stagger is Zenith. Stagger, with his just jadedness toward suffering in the human condition, is pretty amazing.
Yeah, TGA Toby says, and we love you for it, Tex. I don't know if that was for something prior, but I think that might have been missed. He's probably like listening to it like 30 minutes before, just commenting.
Say again.
That's what he said. And we love you for it, Tex.
Sure.
Oh God!
Right.
The only person capable of causing the most psychological damage in the Legion is Stagger. No, look. Stagger got me once, and that's when he did the lasagna rant in the SCP video.
Oh, that was great.
After that, I had his number.
Oh yeah, no, that SCP
now I'm
thing.
like, now I kind of expect him to do something.
Yeah, no.
I dig his sense of humor.
No, I know. Like, Stagger in the Viscera cleanup detail is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Where he just starts...
I love it.
Where he knocked that thing over,
Yeah.
and you see him shake with visible anger, and you see the cursor move, and then he's like, okay. Anyways, and you can tell he's just screaming, fuck. It's great.
Oh, my God.
Oh, it's so good. Well, I guess that wraps it up then.
Yeah.
We ate an MRE, and no one died, and those are really decent hazelnuts.
Let's see.
So, final rating on the Latvian MRE.
I'd say that this, out of 10, it is a solid 8.
Wow.
Just, like, I'd say 7.5, but 8.
I'd
It's
give
like-
it a 7. The main course is...
Well, the question is, how does it sit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm-
how's that going to sit an hour from now?
I don't know. I'm probably going to be passed out.
Are you going to do like Grease Lightning? Are you
Yeah, I'm just going to crap the bed.
You're going to make some turtle turnovers in the
Wake the
sheets?
fuck up, mommy.
It's going to shoot out of you like
shit the
that,
bed.
like the can of peanuts thing with the snake in it. You
Yeah.
know, just boom.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Text made me cry while driving when he told a story about bringing that person home. That's what Yog says. Is there any final words? Let's see. Yeah, I agree. Games need more lizards in them.
We've seen it. That these nuts are so good. Why don't we eat all of them?
Yeah, eat them nuts.
That's what I'd
I'm gonna
say.
put these
Actually,
nuts.
You know what
can
Star
have
Trek's
one-
missing?
one
Star
or
Trek
two,
needs.
one or two there.
I
Thank you.
figured out. Star Trek needs more lizards. They just don't have enough. They have like lizard fucking
what-
monsters. I mean, like they need like
Gorn High School.
yeah. All we ever see is like every time there's like a lizard on Star Trek in the show, it's like they're there to like crush someone's windpipes or like fucking
Yeah,
blow their ship up.
Where's the lizard accordion player?
Yeah,
Where's the lizard Trattoria owner?
in the band with fucking Data as he's playing the violin. You just got the accordion guy in the background.
Do you know what would be fucking hilarious?
Yeah.
That would fucking make me cry laughing? Is if Data went out there and he goes, I'm going to play Rimsky-Korsakov's Flight of the Bumblebee at 8 times the speed. And so he picks up the instrument and plays it at 8 times the speed, and it's like smoking. You know, he's like, and then
Go on.
leaves.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
God.
More
Oh.
Slar, yes. Oh, you ate all the nuts. Okay. Put all the nuts. Oh, that's pretty much it, I think. Do you need to know more about the dog dream? I've said that on the podcast. I don't want to, like, it's just weird. There was a dog in Texas very upset about it, which I feel like is the most realistic thing you could have when you find something out that was like Disney all of a sudden fucking took over reality.
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy.
Oh,
with
wait, I'm
that.
like, am I on a VHS or something right now?
Yeah, I was not happy
No.
in the dream.
No.
No. Mm-mm.
All right. Anyway, and no, the dinosaur people in Voyager don't count.
No, they
anyway,
don't.
That
Nope.
was a terrible episode.
That was a terrible.
I love. Okay, I'll give
Okay,
it.
let
It
me
had,
t-
it had great effects.
Let me tell
great
you.
effects.
Let me
but-
tell you my favorite episode.
God,
my favorite
no.
episode of Voyagers is Tuvix.
Oh God!
And the reason I love Tuvix is at the end, he makes this huge appeal, and they're like,
No, yeah, that's the best
"Yeah, that's
part.
the best part." Where he's like, "But I am a furry mammal," and they're
Yeah.
like, "Bye,
Yeah,
get out,
it's like
no more."
you're like, but you're going to murder, and they're like, yes, we are. Goodbye.
Yeah. Without a hesitation. And then they never bring it up ever again.
Yeah.
Never, ever. They never go, whatever happened to Tuvix. They just go, anyways, what's for lunch?
Nobody talks about it ever again.
Ever again.
Nope.
Ever again.
It's like that
amazing.
fucking Uhura thing where she loses her memory.
That was that. No, I told you. I came to Mike when we were watching all of TOS.
we watched TOS.
And I love TOS. I watch all of Star Trek at least once a year. And there was that part where Nomad comes in and she wipes Uhura's brain out. And I told Mike, I am obsessed over how horrifying this is. And I told it to Mike, and then we watched the episode and we both just died laughing. Because Nomad wipes Uhura's brain out. And they say, no worries, we have these little learning tapes and we can get her back up to college in no time. And I go, what about her memories? Like her parents,
Yeah.
her family, her everything wiped out. And
Yeah.
they're like,
No,
no
speaking
worries.
so.
It's funny
Yeah.
because we both made that realization
Yeah.
like right at the end.
Oh, my
and we're
God.
just sitting here just like, what
Dying
the
laughing
fuck?
because it's like, don't worry, we have a speak and spell.
C-A-T.
She'll be fine in no time.
She'll get her back to college level next week. It's like, how?
How?
How are you getting her to college level? Was she just going to go, oh, yeah, I remember Trig? Like,
Yeah, like no. It was horrifying. They just delete her memory.
they totally did.
Yeah, and they were like,
Fucking
she'll be
gone.
all right. I'll be all right. No big deal.
Anyway, we ended this podcast a while ago, so you guys have a good one. We'll be back on Friday with Naresar playing Mission Critical's final episode, probably.
Mission Critical.
Yeah. So, hope you guys enjoy that, and have a good night. You want to say anything about the podcasts for the end? Because you usually do like an end thingy.
Remember, you can downvote a podcast, but only on Apple.
Or if it's being streamed live on YouTube and Twitch.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Like this. Thank you, Scyther, for the penny.
People are going to be confused, but fuck it. It's the BPL podcast. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Dead.
And that's it. So.
Cut it.
Cut it.